Hey guys, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. My name's Larry,
I'm
and
Cassie.
it is July 3rd. We got a special guest with us
Very
today.
special.
He's family, basically. And it was 1 year ago today he started walking. And I thought it would be a perfect time to bring him on and give a little bit of encouragement to everybody who's out there struggling to get their life back. We're all moving this month in one way or another, and he's a great example of what perseverance can bring you.
Absolutely.
So let's bring on Shawn White right now, the intentional carnivore.
International carnivore.
Hey,
What's up, sir?
what's up, man? How are you?
Is he lagging?
He's lagging a little bit. There
Hey,
he
buddy.
is. Hey,
What's that?
hey.
What's up?
How you
What's
doing,
up?
buddy?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
Doing awesome now that you're here.
Yeah.
We've been looking forward to this, man.
Oh, man, always. I always enjoy our time together. You know that.
Oh yeah, it's 1 year. Can you believe it? 1 year since you started walking, and look where you are. Look where you're at now, man.
Man, it honestly is hard to believe. Every time I try to think about it, it seems unreal. A lot's happened over the last year, man, and I truly thankful. I can't state that enough for the journey and for you guys. I love you guys.
We love
We
you
love
too,
you.
man. And I mean, most people here that are with us today probably know who you are, but for the ones that don't, I prepared a little clip here, and I want to get your reaction on the other side of it, Shawn,
Mhm.
and you can give everybody your thoughts.
All right.
40s. Well, is that playing, Shawn?
I can't hear the.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh,
what's going on?
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Yeah, I know.
Turn it up.
38, 30,
Okay, my bad, guys. I'm so sorry.
Take two.
and have to
Me
sit
too.
on the side of the tub.
There we go.
Hey.
Hey, StreamYard, baby.
Hey, it's been a while, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's been a while since I saw this.
It's an amazing.
All right, here we
He
go.
started his journey
All right, guys.
at like 457 pounds, 440, somewhere in there. I mean, he's a big boy until the point where he couldn't even get off his couch. He had a hard time going to the bathroom, taking a shower. He was in a dark, dark place.
Even going to get a shower, I tell you, and it's so embarrassing, but I mean, I feel like it's something that I want people to know that are struggling at home, that I would go to get in a shower at 38, 39 years old and have to sit on the side of the tub to bathe myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be out of breath just taking a shower.
He became a moderator in our Facebook group, Carnivore Quest community, and he was wonderful. Always encouraging to everybody, super helpful. And at the time, he couldn't work. He was a former paramedic. He got so big that he could no longer stay in the workforce.
Yeah, I was a paramedic.
Mhm.
I lost my job in 2019.
And why was that? Why did you lose your job?
I lost my job because my health had gotten to a point to where I was tired all the time. I couldn't perform my duties. I didn't get fired for that reason. I got fired because I was using all my sick days. I was calling in all the time. And if you're going to be a paramedic, you got to come to work. People need you.
So while he transitioned into carnivore, he spent a lot of his time on social media, and he spent a lot of time helping folks. And he was a huge help to Cassie and I as we were building that Facebook group. And, he was just instrumental in making people feel welcome, motivating people, and showing people that the carnivore diet is a very, very powerful way to get your life back. So like I said, 8 months ago, he had already lost over 100 pounds. Well, now I believe he's lost like 240 pounds, somewhere in there between 235 and 245. I can't think of it right off the top of my head. He's lost an entire person, and Cassie and I are so proud of him. He's gotten his confidence back. The entire time he was a moderator, I was trying to get him to start a YouTube channel. And we did a walking challenge in July. And Shawn got up and he started walking.
I'm out here putting in my challenge work today for our Carnivore Quest community. Doing a little walking around the neighborhood. I didn't want to do it. Didn't feel like doing it. Didn't have the motivation to do it. What I've learned is motivation follows action. So I'm putting in my action, producing that motivation. It's hot, it's miserable, but I'm stronger than what I'm doing. And this weight ain't gonna lose itself. You guys keep pushing forward. And if I can do it, you can do it too.
Now, when he posted that in our Facebook group, I teared up. It really played a tune on my heart. I was just blown away by his determination. And, you know, it's an amazing piece of footage right there, seeing him get out and struggling, but doing it.
Doing it.
Who is that man?
Man, listen, that still gets me fired up, man. I'm telling you right now, it's crazy to look back and see it. You know, I had no earthly idea at the time. You know, I was hoping that what was going through my mind originally, whenever I was filming that, was honestly, I thought I could post it during the daytime because I knew there wasn't as many people up during the day and nobody would see it. And so I could like fulfill and complete the challenge and, you know, squeak by and, you know, and participate and do good. And, you know, if I fail, not too many people saw it, you know? So, man, it's crazy how something takes on something bigger than you and pushes you, you know?
You know, it was just on day one of the challenge of this month, you know, I was really struggling. We walked a quick pace mile. And I mean, struggling is an understatement. And I kept thinking about your video. You know, I kept thinking about you pushing forward and because you were obviously very uncomfortable. Oh, yeah. You know, and then we talked and you were going through some painful stuff there. Tell us a little bit about that when you first started walking.
Oh man, up until that point, like you know, I was still. I had been on carnivore a little over almost 2 months. Well, July, so April, May, June, almost 3 months. And most of all the symptoms that I've had, I had were getting a lot better, and I had so much energy. You know, but at the same time, you know, I'd only lost, you know, I don't know, 50 or 60, 70 pounds, you know, somewhere in that neighborhood. But, and that is a lot, you know, don't get me wrong when I say only 50 to 70 pounds, but whenever you're almost 500 pounds, you know, you're still carrying around, you know, over 350 pounds, man. And it was heavy. And so, you know, my ankles would hurt. I would click and crack in places I still hadn't found, you know? So, you know, it was painful, man. My legs, I didn't have the gout flare ups. I haven't had but one since, you know, I started eating carnivore. I talk about that a good bit, but, I would get like the shin splints, like the stress, my muscles would be tight. I drunk, I don't know, probably 10 tons of that keto chow because I was sweating. Like I didn't even have to hardly get walking. I couldn't get out of the driveway without, you know, busting a sweat. So, you know, there was a lot going on, honestly, but you know, it was painful, but I knew, you know, I got in that mental place, man. And I talk about it every once in a while, but like, that's like, I got myself so focused and was telling myself what I needed to hear to push myself at that point, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. You know, I was right now, you know, what am I floating around at 260, 65 pounds? But compared to a year ago, I'm living a little more sedentary life because I'm doing a lot of YouTube stuff, editing. I'm always at the desk. I've never had a desk job. And when we went out walking, I felt it. And I kept thinking to myself, you know, Shawn was over 400 pounds out here doing this. Mm-hmm. So come on, Lair, you know, and
you can do it.
Yeah. And, you know, the next couple of days have been a lot easier. But that first day, I was really thinking about what you're going through. Of course, Cassie here, the warrior.
Oh, she's a boss.
She's just pushing, you know, great motivator right here.
That's right.
But yeah, it's amazing. That was 1 year ago today. Mm-hmm. And you sent me a couple of pictures I want to share with everybody that not a lot of people have seen. When was this, Shawn? This was
that was basically the day that I started carnivore. That was I think it was April the 17th or April the 16th, right in there. The day I was in my head, and I was like, today's the day, and I was just sitting on the porch, and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture of myself, and so that it reminds me what it was like, because I'm not staying like this much longer. This
Yeah.
I can't do this.
You look really sick there.
You don't look happy at all. There's
Unhealthy,
Yep.
regardless of the weight, just your complexion, and you look drained,
Mm-hmm.
And then we got one more here with your daughter.
My girl.
Yeah. And when was it? Is this about the same time?
Yeah, it's around that same time frame. My little girl loves taking pictures. She's all in the chat, and she'll be commenting it. So she actually, before I started doing anything with YouTube, even really before I started, you know, film the video of me even walking. She was a little bitty thing. She would get her mama's phone and go in there and turn the camera on and act like she was making her little videos. And so she still does that too. I've been real, hesitant about putting her in the public like that, because, I just don't want my kids in public like that, because, I'm a pretty positive guy, but when it comes to my kids, some people get weird about it. And
and ugly, and it's no fun.
I don't blame you at all.
Nope.
Yeah, it could be an ugly space, even though the majority of the carnivore community is awesome, but still, you're taking a chance anywhere online.
Oh yeah. Don't get it twisted. I had to come unglued over my babies.
I was going to ask you about this too. When we did our interview together, I'm going to show the thumbnail right here.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen that original interview. The link's down in the description. And here's the day we met Shawn at the butcher shop. And this was really cool. This is when we very first met in person. What were you thinking that day? Because I remember at the time you told me you hadn't been out of the house much. What was going through your mind?
That was your first outing, pretty much, wasn't it?
It was probably the first time I had been out of my house. It's certainly been anywhere that I could, up until that point in years. And so, I just didn't go play. I was very isolated, honestly, I was just thinking about you guys, man, because even at that point, that was in August. So we had a couple of months under our belt even at that point. And I was just excited to meet you guys. I was like, man, we had talked a lot, and I'd been moderating for you guys, and just, a couple of months was all it took. Whenever, I was so isolated, and you would just, you have no idea the words that you spoke that I didn't respond to you, but like, especially in the beginning, that like would hit me a certain way, and I would carry that with me and think about it. You might not have even thought nothing about it, because I know how it is to make content, and you put content out and you don't know how people are going to react. But even in that private setting, man, it was more intimate. It's more, private, more, and we were talking in private chat one-on-one. I wasn't talking to anybody outside of my wife and my kids and a select number of family members. So, you knew kind of sort of the backstory, but there was a lot of times you would say stuff that I would take to heart and think on and chew on, and and it really drove me and helped me a lot. So thank you, and I appreciate that, man, a lot, because it really was instrumental in pushing me and getting me to whatever it took. I can't even describe what it was, because words fail me on that in that regard, but
I'm gonna put this up here again because I've always loved this picture.
Me too.
I did too.
Yeah. And then we got one more to share with the audience.
That was the first time I had coffee in almost in 5 months. That was the day I added it back.
That's right.
Because of the cup. Oh man.
So you got to carry that one too, brother. I'm gonna tell Chafee on you.
Right. Well, Shawn, you said that you just couldn't find the words.
Yeah.
But your action and your results are now motivating Larry. So thank you.
Mm.
He really, I mean, he's pushing it. Most people don't like to work out. And just to get this guy moving, it's really something. And a lot of that is you, Mr. White.
Absolutely. I was an athlete in high school. I used to be able to run 7-8 miles, slam dunk a basketball. But after the years go by, and you gain 1,000 pounds, it seems like almost a different life.
Right.
My body doesn't even know what to do anymore. So yeah, you're definitely a motivator for me now, man. So, and that's the cool thing about the entire community. Everybody feeds off each other.
Absolutely.
Which is amazing.
Synergy.
Well, and I told you too, like I went back and started looking through some of the comments from the group, and there was a comment that I made, and I got it. I took a screenshot of it, but I'm not going to go digging through my phone at this point. But I finished it out with, I want to see all of us who started this journey in our group make it to completion with this and find success with this. Yeah. And I'm not talking about, this was a video I made a month ago. This was a year ago, almost a year ago. Maybe the end of June, sometime in there. And I still want to see that. That hasn't changed at all. And that's one of the things I feel like that compels me now, that drives me now, because it's great. I've done some amazing things, and I'm thankful, and I'm amazed at it myself. However, I think that it's just as important to reach out and help other people and whatnot. And hearing you say that, man, that means a lot to me, because you helped me so much, man. And just knowing that I could even do that, do anything for you, it's humbling, man, because you mean a lot to me. And
and it all started with our July walking challenge. I mean, as far as getting you out, getting you moving. And, I kind of went through the paces last July. I did our 20-minute walk, but I never pushed it. Cassie was always, she'd be 100 yards ahead of me pushing it. And, I could have, but, it was so hot, and I, kind of made excuses in my head. But for all the new people that might be seeing us for the first time, we're in the midst of our second annual July walking challenge right now. We're eating the beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, weight loss support community. And, about the BBBE challenge, Shawn, that's basically what you've been eating your whole journey, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. That's what I still eat.
That's what you still eat. And you still walk. You haven't stopped. You still work. Are you implementing any other exercise, like weightlifting or?
Well, the last 2 months I have slowed down, and I'm not walking as much as I was. It's not because I don't want to, because I do. That's one of the things that I have sacrificed to do a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now. But I've received challenges like the Carnivore Trucker challenged me to some walks, so I have been going out walking here and there. It's not because I don't want to. It's just that I've, honestly, all that comes after in my words right now is excuses. But it's one of the things that I put off, to try to get everything else done. But nothing that I say is going to be adequate to describe why I'm not doing it. But I'm not working out right now. But there again, that's something. It was kind of a planned thing for me when it comes to the working out and lifting weights thing, because I was not going to start lifting weights in the middle of trying to lose weight. I wanted to get close to my goal weight before I started working out and adding on muscle. I didn't want to create that stress on my muscles and raise my cortisol. And I was like, I'll just wait till I get closer to where I want to be, and then I'll hit the gym. And so I'm basically in that time frame now, to where I need to get in the gym and need to start lifting, because I have to, but I'm getting so, honestly, it sounds crazy. I'm getting so small. I'm not used to being this size, and it's so awkward because I've been overweight my whole life, and I don't know how to act in this size body.
You poor thing.
I know, man, it sounds egotistical or something, but it really isn't. I just feel odd, I'm not used to it.
I just want that problem. That's all. I want that problem.
Just walk every day.
Yeah.
You gonna have it. You gonna get there.
You guys, if you have any questions for Shawn, throw a Q in before your question so I can see it, and we'll get to some comments here because most of y'all know Shawn. Most of y'all know him real well. So I'm gonna check the chat out right now, see if we got anybody. But we could say hi to some people.
Let's say hi.
Yeah.
There's so many people.
There sure is. You can, baby. I mean, you got the chat too. You can just shout out little highs.
Let's just see.
You know.
We got Miss Felicia,
Amber and Dan,
Susan Boykin, Marnie Mack, Miss Connie Knight. I love you, Connie. Brian from Baltimore. What's up?
Brian
Cheers.
From Baltimore. What's up, man?
I saw Black and Chaos in here. I don't know if he's still in here. I know, right?
Black and Chaos.
So good to
Old-time
see
subscriber.
that name.
Yeah, he's a young man too.
I think he's a region rat too.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so, right? You were born and raised in Hammond as well,
Yeah.
Mr.
For anybody
Chaos?
that doesn't know, a region rat, somebody who's from Indiana.
From the region, the
The
Northwest region. We're touching Chicago there.
You got Joyce and Lady Fritzer.
Lady Fritzer,
Yeah,
Pam, Steph, Miss Robin Fleming. We've been having some great conversation. Jeannie. So many people. Thank y'all for stopping by today.
Yeah, absolutely. So many of you have followed, Shawn's journey from the beginning. And here we got a question. CWS, any variation in your eating pattern? How many meals a day? Thanks.
Honestly, no. I still eat 2 times a day. I mean, I eat off plan, the same as I always have, really. Other than this past weekend, as you know, if you were on my channel, I ate 2 pieces of cake for the first time in I know this year. I haven't had anything sweet this year at all. I think 3 times total I have had something sweet touch my lips since I started just eating this way, and it was a horrible idea. Like it's still a bad idea, and it's days afterward now, and I'm like, my goodness.
Are you recovered so far, Shawn, after having that little tasty delight?
Oh man, my joints are still in pain today, and this was on Saturday whenever I had the cake. So, and I haven't had that. Like I said, I don't eat sweet stuff, so that's kind of even when you guys know my Texas fajitas that I have. I don't have physical issues when I have that one meal and then I'm back to doing my thing. It's more of I knew that I'll have a mental craving or whatever, but eating those cake, man, that junk, it was like an atomic bomb went off inside me somehow. Like my joints started hurting, like my stomach would. I don't know. I can't even explain that. It's some better today, but it was not a good idea. But it tasted, just like cake always tastes. I don't want to say
tasted good for about 5 minutes, and you're on day 3 paying for it.
Well, I mean, it's just like sin, man. It looks appealing on the outside, but it always takes you further than you want to go and makes you pay more than you want to pay. So,
very deceiving. Mm-hmm. All right. I don't know if this was directed to you, Shawn, but Nancy says, what's the medical lab's difference? I mean, you could talk about your labs real quick. Everything you cured.
Yes.
Yeah. So, my A1C went from right at 7 to 5.2. My triglycerides, man, I had it wrote down. My triglycerides cut in half. My total cholesterol went up just a little bit. I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. My alt and my whatever the other A1 is, my mind's going blank. But both of my alt, my fatty liver's healed. My uric acid levels are great. My TSH is magnificent. My testosterone, I still do testosterone replacement just because it was so low, but it's actually coming up as well as the medication is effectively working. Let me think. What else?
Did you mention the type 2 diabetes? You mentioned that?
Yeah. The A1C. The A1C was
right.
was set almost 7, and it's 5.2 now. And when I had my C-peptide done the last time, I didn't even have it done this last time because Whenever I talked to you in August, right around that time period is whenever I had it done before I started, and right after I talked to you, around the time I talked to you, my A1C had already dropped to 5.3. But since that time, it's only dropped from 5.3 to 5.2, which, I mean, it's still a drop, and it's not as small of an increment as you would think because it's like multiples. But nevertheless, it's still dropping. So I hope it just continues to drop. But all my numbers are great. I'm
So
not dissatisfied with anything.
let me ask you, before carnivore, I know you were on obviously medication, insulin. Yeah.
No, I was not on. I was not gonna take anything for
Okay.
diabetes. I was just dealing with the consequences of it
Ugh.
ignorantly.
So you weren't on that, but you should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, medically speaking,
Oh,
your
yeah.
numbers were hitting all those markers. But
Mhm.
so you were on that high blood pressure medication?
3 high blood pressure medications.
3 high blood. So let's list the medications that you were on then. Now
Okay.
a year later, let's go over what you're on.
So I would take allopurinol, colchicine for gout. I would take amlodipine, lisinopril with HCTZ, and lisinopril, HCTZ, and amlodipine was my blood pressure medications. And then just all kind of sleep apnea machine. This past weekend was my first 2 nights off the sleep CPAP.
Hey, that's big. Good for you. Yeah.
So
Was that weird?
it was very weird.
Yeah.
My wife says I still snore, so I don't know. Maybe that's not going to go away. But nevertheless, I haven't had any numbers on the feed from the CPAP machine in a long time. But I just got so addicted, and or the habit of having that on my face that I just kept wearing it. So I did go 2 nights without it, and I felt fine. I didn't wake up lightheaded like I was before I started using it.
I can totally relate to that. Getting used to it, almost like a security blanket. I'm still using mine. I'll probably use it till I get down to my ideal weight, another 60, 65 pounds. But congratulations. I did not know that you just had a couple nights without it. So was that when you were in North Carolina?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, went up there to see the brother, and honestly, like, I pulled out the driveway and realized I forgot it, and I was like, I am not turning this car around. I'm up the road now.
I totally hear you.
Okay, wait, hold on. Can we get back? So how many medications are you on right now?
So I'm on. Technically I'm on 2, but I haven't taken them for a couple days either.
Wow, Shawn!
Congratulations. Right now is the testosterone, and when my numbers get adequate, if they get adequate, because a carnivore can raise a man's testosterone, or even a woman's for that matter, but never progesterone and whatever else, all your hormones. But if I can get my testosterone up to adequate numbers, then I won't be on any medication. I will completely have reversed everything, come off all medications, and that's my goal. So.
You're right. You're almost there. Yeah, that's close.
I am Worthy's got one for you here, bud. Is there anything you would change now that you were doing in the beginning, whether it be diet or exercise?
Oh man, that's a good question. Honestly, the main thing I would change is I wish I had known about it 25 years, 30 years ago. But since we can't go back in a time machine, obviously, man, I don't know. I probably, honestly, if I'm speaking from my head and not, my feelings or my want tos, I probably would not have added back coffee back in. I went 5 months without it, and honestly, I just can't. Like, I like it. I don't need it. And that's addiction talking. That's emotions. So it's not that it's something that I feel like I have to have it, but it's just yet again one more thing that I've gotten back into my routine that is not really adding a whole lot of benefit. It's not hurt me. It didn't hurt me after 5 months. All my labs improved. My weight still was going down, whatever. So, I mean, if it's not helping and it's not hurting, I'm just making coffee company money by investing in them. So,
Well, since you brought up coffee, if you guys haven't seen our latest video, How Coffee Changed the World, it came out today. And let me tell you something, Shawn, you're better off with the coffee now. Yeah.
everybody else might be better off with the coffee right now because I'm on it.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
We,
So how much are you
go ahead.
drinking every day?
Oh man, that's a good question too. Thanks for that one, Cassie. Usually about a half a pot to a pot.
That's not bad, Shawn. That's what, 2-3 cups maybe?
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
That's really not bad. I mean, I could easily take down a pot and a half, sometimes 2 pots. I mean, that when I was really bad, that's all it would be. There would be no other water, nothing else. It would just coffee all day, which is a diuretic. And, and not to mention it's going to, it could possibly give you adrenal fatigue and just, that much. It's a bit extreme.
Yeah, we're not drinking nearly that much. What do you think maybe a pot a day split between the two of us now?
Well,
maybe less than that.
I haven't had any.
Yeah.
So, it's I've been a little more tired, but I don't like coffee black.
Really? I know you like that. What is it? The heavyweight? Have you been in
any cream? Just give it to me. Yeah, but it's no good.
Yeah.
It's no good.
Well, you know why I drink it black, right? Because I was a medic, man. I didn't. I was always in a hurry, always on the go, and I didn't learn how to make coffee when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to have coffee, so I never learned how to make it. Every time I tried to make it, it was either way too sweet, even when I ate sugar, or it was just nasty. And I'm like, man, I'd rather just have it black. So I got used to drinking it black from the get-go. I never added anything to it. So I guess that kind of worked out for me in the long run.
Right.
But I only drink it, black now. But I don't know. Even the bitter stuff.
Yeah. Well, we got Brian Twerdy here. Question for both of us. I wonder what the female to male ratio is on your channels. I suspect there are a lot more females. Just wondering. You want to go with that first, Shawn? Do you know your analytics on that?
Honestly, I don't. I do. I look at my analytics, but I do not spend enough. Maybe enough, but I don't spend a lot of time in the analytics looking at this. I will go in and look at a lot of times when the most people view the channel to know when to put stuff out because you got the most people on at that time. But other than that, honestly, you could spend forever in those analytics with all the stuff that they have on there. And I'm not that smart.
Ours is it ranges. It's about 65-35.
No, it's actually 60-40 right now. 60 females and the men got 40%. But when we first started, our first year and a half, the women were dominating. We were about
dominating.
Yeah, but we had about 80% of our viewers were women, but we've gradually brought those guys in. They're a tough audience, so we're bringing you guys in. We appreciate that question, Brian.
Yep.
And
cheers.
CWS, we appreciate you both.
Thank you.
And always encouraging us. Blessings. Thank you so much for that support, CW.
Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And let's see what
I was trying to find out for you.
Oh, you gotta check out your analytics. Absolutely.
Hey, Miss Sarah, how are you?
Sarah says it's very easy to drink 6 cups of coffee and not know it. With the huge mugs we have now, I'm guilty of drinking a pot for sure. That is so true. When you got the big coffee mugs, most of our mugs are huge.
So, do you know what one serving size of coffee is? It is 6 ounces.
Is it?
That is a serving size of coffee. My cups are double that.
Yeah.
Or if you get, a large 32 ounce, and I have no problem filling that bad boy up. I've done it. Yeah, but it's 6 ounces is 1 cup of coffee.
I don't know how much is in that cup, but like a whole pot can like you can fill that cup up maybe 2.5 times with a whole pot. So that's a lot of ounces, I guess. Like if the pot
way more than we should be drinking,
right?
You know.
So it's 60-40.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right where we are right now then.
Yep. The ladies pulling through.
Yeah.
Rosie the Riveters. That's right. We're all Rosies.
Mama Bear says, sorry I'm late to the party. Good evening, everyone. How
Hello,
you
Mama
doing,
Bear.
Hey, good to see you.
Anybody, if you're just coming in, if you got a question, as always, put a Q before your little statement so we know you got a question.
Mm-hmm.
Felicia, espresso is life.
My brother actually does the French. What is it? The French press.
Oh, I love a French press. I've got one. Yep, I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. It's smooth, and I like pour over as well. I don't know which I like best, but
yeah,
they're both really good.
My mother-in-law's, Cassie's dad's coming down to visit in a couple of days, and she asked Cassie, our mother-in-law's, like, "Are you gonna break out the French press?" Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome.
And there's Mama Bear there.
Mama Bear.
Doesn't Cassie look absolutely beautiful this
Oh, thank you.
evening? Appreciate that.
I sure do. It's all that good sunshine I've been getting.
Yeah, sit up a little. Show you there with the red, white, and blue.
I am
You
wearing a little
yeah.
red, white, and blue.
Well, you have to know they have to. We have to put Cassie on, otherwise nobody would watch just me and Larry.
Oh, I don't know about all that. With these two dudes right here, you guys are a pretty big draw.
No, you got the show, well.
Well, we do have 65% women anyway.
Exactly. Shawn Frank, holy smoke, everyone is looking good. Larry, Cassie, and Shawn, you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Doing it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Sure.
we got the warrior. I was going to put on the thumbnail, Shawn, the July Challenge 2022 MVP. Because I mean, your results are just, they're unmatched.
Amazing.
They're unmatched.
That's why we call you the Incredible Shawn. I mean, there's really only a handful of people who have done what you've done.
Yeah.
I mean, you moved, you ate the diet, you didn't stop.
That's right.
You didn't stop. Yeah, you had a few off-plan meals, but you didn't stop and you never gave up. And you are the amazing Shawn White.
Yeah, when you
international carnivore.
When you had what's the young lady from Keto Palooza?
Autumn.
When you had Autumn on, she had mentioned that your results are the best she's ever seen.
Yeah.
Most dramatic.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I've seen, a lot of people like Italian go carnivore. She lost like 180 pounds. I mean, that's right. Still a crazy amount, but like,
sure is.
Yeah.
That's still
I saw her in that dress the other day. I saw that green dress, Mama.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how it dropped so quick like that for me either, though. But.
Well, speaking of,
look at this.
Yeah, there you go. There she is.
Girl.
Hey, friend.
She says, coffee blessings for you guys. Thank you for sharing and being such an encouragement to us all.
Thank you very much.
And now you are, Mama.
Yeah.
You're encouraging people. Seriously, that story, 180 pounds.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you right now, when I first saw her video, somebody in the group, Jennifer, turned me on to her video, and I kept getting these messages in my inbox and private chat and stuff like that. And they're like, you need to talk to the Italian Gone Carnivore. And I'm like, I don't know the Italian. And I would look it up, and you know how YouTube is when you first start out. Like I was trying to find my own channel on my wife's phone and couldn't even find my own channel when I had like 200 subs at that time, and I couldn't even find my own channel. So I kept looking for it. And I was like, well, send me a link or something, because I can't, And finally I got a hold of it, man. When I listened to her first video, man, I felt like this spirit of God come over me. It was like I was being ministered to in an amazing way. And it's like I instantly related to her on a spiritual level. Like, that's my sister. And like, I was like, I got to talk to her. And so it's been, I really, how I am, I talk with you guys, and it felt like that. It felt like family, so I'm appreciative for all those relationships we get to form with this community, because they keep you going a lot of times, and they meet your needs where you need it a lot of times when you don't realize you need it.
Yeah, and you know that's one of your. I catch most of your stuff, but I did not see your live with her, so I'll have to check it out for sure. Absolutely. And we,
Inspiration. Y'all check out Italian Gone Carnivore. She's got a YouTube channel. If you want a
Mhm.
little extra inspiration, there's more than enough to go around.
absolutely. How many subscribers does she have now, Shawn?
Honestly, I don't know how many she's got right now this very second, but
Because
hopefully.
it takes a while for you to even show up and search. You know, even if somebody types in your name exactly the way it is,
Mhm.
it takes a while. You know, and so yeah, if you guys want to check her channel out,
Mhm.
we're gonna put that back up here. Bam, Italian Gone Carnivore.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Molto bella.
molto
If you
bella.
can't find it, I did the video with it. Go to the link on my I'll throw a plug in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Go
Shawn
to my
White.
video and it's in the description.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, that'll do it.
All right.
That will do
Marnie
it.
Mac, all three of you are to be commended for living out your life in full view. You all rock.
Oh, you all rock. Thank you, Miss Marnie.
Mom, you're
Thank
awesome.
you very much. Yeah, it's been a challenge at times, you know, putting our entire journey on, um, especially because we gained so much weight on YouTube. You know, I mean, is that one of the things that kept you, Shawn, from starting your channel early on? When I was trying to push you to do it, was you just weren't ready? You weren't comfortable enough to get in front of the camera?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I had no intentions of ever starting a YouTube. This is not my specialty, man. And some people are probably like, "Well, dang, I wish he hadn't." I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, I
Tell
mean,
me who. Tell me.
no. But I mean, honestly, I was, looking for work, and I have a job, now especially. But I thought it was cool, but like I guess in a way, I saw what you were doing, and I was like, man, that is amazing to be able to minister and reach people like that. And I've always loved helping people, so you know, and I thought it was a good idea. I just could not do it for some reason. I could not get in front of a computer or a camera and talk, and it was just so foreign to me. And
Right.
it's getting different now, and hopefully it continues to get better because I still get extremely nervous every time I cut on the computer or the phone. I love interacting with the people, but like I'm so used to, like, if I can see somebody, usually it gets better. Um, but nevertheless, it just, I don't know, man. I just couldn't do it at first, and I appreciate your encouragement, because if you hadn't encouraged me, I probably never would have done it. Well, between your encouragement, and I feel like that's something that God led me to do, and I feel
Right.
like that's the ultimate reason, is because I feel like He opened the door, and I feel like I heard from Him on the issue. Number
Yeah.
one,
Right.
but He also used you in a large way to encourage me to do that, and I appreciate that.
Oh, we know his hands are all over this. This isn't us, like the motivation that we give, the motivation that it doesn't come from us. I mean, yes, we are very kind people and we want to see people succeed, but we know where that comes from.
Oh,
It's not us. That all goes up to him. That goes to him. It's
Yeah.
not something
absolutely.
When we started our channel, Cassie, she was like, "Oh yeah, start the channel." I was, it was more of my thing.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
when I released that day 83 video where I could finally wipe my bum and reach to clean myself after using the bathroom,
Mhm.
the response we got from private messages, we were sitting out in the backyard and Cassie she was bawling her eyes out, reading these to me. And that's when everything really changed for her.
Mhm.
She realized how many we could positively affect people's lives.
Yeah.
That night, I'll never forget it. It was very surreal.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah. After, like you said, with the feedback, I mean, so many other people were dealing with that issue, as you would know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's
Man,
just,
listen,
that was a switch.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
There's so many people dealing with that issue, and even you, like, I mean, me and you've even talked about that video and that in that situation. There's so many people who feel like they're alone in so many things like that,
Yeah.
and you'll never know the people that you have reached and ministered to and been able to encourage, and people that are going to see this video, maybe even this live, for example, in 10, 20, we don't know how long this stuff's going to go on. So it could be from now until forever. And you never know the reach that you're going to have or how God's going to use that down the road to reach people who lose hope, who have no direction, who won't, are isolated, will not come out of their house, and they see a Carnivore Quest video, or they see an intentional carnivore video, or they see whatever Italian Go Carnivore, Amber Dan, their videos. You never know, or Cindy's videos, or all you guys. It doesn't matter the size of your channel. It doesn't matter what how you slipped or anything like that. What matters is you being faithful to do what your calling is. Yeah. And if it's just one person, is it not worth it?
Oh yeah.
Is it not worth it? So I mean, you just be faithful in the small things, and you'll be rewarded with larger things to be faithful for. So, one person's worth it, because that one person could have just been me, and it could just been my kid that gets it next, or it could be your kid, or it could be your husband or your wife, or it could be your sister or your brother. You never know who it's going to be that's going to need that. And in their time of need, you don't know how it's going to hit them or how it's going to reach them, but it might be your word that does that. So just be faithful, and what you get in touch with the man and figure out what he wants you to do, and be faithful in that.
Amen.
Absolutely.
We got Brian Twardy. Cheers again.
Cheers from Baltimore.
From Baltimore.
Yeah, cheers,
Brian's been with us for a long time.
Brian's a long time subscriber, and he's always got something positive to throw our way.
Absolutely. And he always signs off with cheers from Baltimore.
Cheers from Baltimore.
Brian.
That's all.
I'm sure you recognize most of these folks too, Shawn. Come on.
Oh, I do. And I appreciate all these people, all these guys, and that they mean a lot to me. They're over. Most of the people that are in here are over on my channel as well. And if you're not, please come over and join.
Head on down.
It's not a competition, man. We're all on the same team.
We're all on the same team is right. We're doing our best, doing the good work.
Intentional Carnivore. And the link will be down in the description.
Yep.
All right. Holly just wanted to say, hi, I drink 16-ounce Yeti full at least. At least. I was talking about coffee. Pounding that coffee.
Yeah. Hey, that's me too, girl. Maybe 2 or 3 of them anyway. 16 ounces, that's nothing.
Shawn says, have any of you folks tried cold brew? I'm getting into it for the summer.
Oh, interesting. You bring that up.
Yeah, we got a video coming out real quick. Our 4 favorite summertime drinks, and we'll have a tutorial for you guys on how to make cold brew coffee. We don't drink it during the winter. Summertime is on. Mm-hmm. So delicious. Do you like cold brew coffee, Shawn?
I had it before. We just bought the kind of, I think it starts with an S, like stock or Stoke or something.
Oh, you didn't make your own then?
I've never made my own cold brew coffee.
I got you covered.
You had to get the hookup.
I have to get you some for sure.
Yeah.
Have to try it. It tastes like tea.
It takes 24 hours to brew, but man, it's so smooth.
Yes.
Oh, I remember the video. You guys did a video about that already. I remember when that video come out.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, last summer, I believe it was.
Yep. Yeah. We're gonna do it again.
Pretty good stuff.
With some additions.
That's right. Get it in.
All right. Let's see here. I'm looking for cues, guys. Any more cues here? I'm moving down. All right. I got a member here, Carnivore Quest member. I just found Italian Gone Carnivore. She's awesome. I love my Carnivore Christian family.
That's right, Miss Holly.
And that's one of the things too, man, that that's been really encouraging to me outside of the carnivore thing, because I don't shy away from it. I've struggled with the balance on, and me and you've talked about it a million times, but finding that balance with how much do you put your faith out there, because it's supposed to be focused on carnivore, but at the same time, I don't shy away from it, and that's the most important part of our lives. So seeing all the other folks who are encouraged by that and make mention of that is extremely encouraging, and giving them a place.
Oh yeah. You better believe it.
They don't get that place in society.
We got to pause here.
Oh, we got to pause here.
And is he back? Okay.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I popped this up. Carnivore Werewolf. Hi, y'all. And then
every time I'm doing it every time.
Hey,
and
that's
then
right.
we happened to see this
Ow,
from him.
ow.
Three of you are inspirational for everyone. Really appreciate that, werewolves of London.
That's right. Ow.
I've always liked his name or
Me
her
too.
name. I'm not sure.
It's a he.
Is it a he?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with the problem with us taking care of all of our comments together is like I'll know half the people, Cassie will know the other half.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's funny. But yeah, really appreciate that support, Carnivore
Thank you.
Werewolf.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you
Yeah.
all for being here
Yeah.
Mhm.
on this Monday evening.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I was gonna bring this up, maybe not, but today, 20 years ago, there was a day my mom was taken from us, the day she was murdered.
Mhm.
And I was talking to Shawn on the phone about it last night. And I wasn't sure if we were going to do this live today. And then we were talking, we were talking a little bit about scripture, a lot about scripture, actually, and a lot about God's plan for you. And then Shawn happened to mention that his first day of walking was on July 3rd. And I remembered it being July 1st, when the challenge started last year. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, well, then we're definitely doing the live stream. That just cheered me right up. It was so cool, I was like, well, we're definitely going to fire it up.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you coming on here, Shawn, because it's really made today, taking negative sometimes and totally turned it into a positive. So I appreciate you.
God's got a good way of doing it, brother. And you like I said, starting out, man, I love you. You're like a brother to me, and I'm just glad I could do something for you, and I pray for you, man. Like I want to see that God minister to you further in the future. I want to see you get it, my friend. And that's not just talk for this video. That's real life. And I would tell you the same thing if we were behind the scenes right now. I want to see not just success with your health journey, spiritual journey, but see those things that have happened to you be healed, my friend. And that's number one from important in my life to see those things happen. So
would that make me your sister-in-law?
yeah, man, we're family. You're stuck with me too, Cassie.
You're his sister.
I know.
We got
That's
Angie.
We
Hey,
were-
from Florida,
Interesting.
cooking up some ribeyes
Ooh.
That's right.
tonight.
Address, please.
Well,
We got Sarah. I just put 1/3 glass of leftover coffee on ice and add my favorite sparkling water. Oh,
Interesting. Bubbly coffee.
I've never tried that.
Nope.
Wow.
I would definitely be interested in trying that.
Right?
I was kind of thinking about that myself.
Well, maybe it'll be our 5 favorite drinks for summer. No.
We'll say, thank you, Miss Sarah. We'll give you the credit for sure, Mama. For sure.
Kimmy. Better late than never.
That's right.
Kimmy. All these familiar names.
You know what I like to say? You're right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Right on time.
That's right. Yeah. But as far as the walking thing, dude, I was in Atlanta this time last year. That's why I couldn't start walking.
Right.
Man.
Right. And you went bowling, right, with family?
And I did. July the 1st last year, I was bowling right outside Atlanta where my mom lives. And my son's actually down there this week. So when we left my brothers in North Carolina, my son went home with them to Atlanta, so they didn't come back up here and get him. So he's going to hang out down there. But yeah, I went bowling, man, and I was so sore. Oh my goodness! I was like, how am I supposed to start walking? I can't even stand there and throw a bowling ball.
Right.
But it started something.
It did. Yeah. I mean, subconsciously, just got you.
That's probably what you needed,
right?
Just like, okay, enough's enough. I've experienced this, and that. I'm tired of it. I'm over with it. I'm trying to go bowling with my family, and you couldn't even do that comfortably.
Yeah.
So that may have been, a big seed for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Amber and Dan, what's up, gang? I love iced coffee, but it doesn't mix well with butter. Yeah, but I'll tell you don't need much heavy whipping cream in it. Maybe a teaspoon.
Yeah,
and it just flows.
Just a bit.
And it almost turns it into like a dessert. That's what I always say.
Yep, that's what I always say.
That's what I always say. I'm gonna pop this up here. You guys ask anything. You got any questions? Let us know.
I've got a question. Oh, okay. This is actually pull this one up from Mr. Carnivore Werewolf.
Okay.
It might be a little down there. It's down there. It's toward the end, but I just happened to see it. Oh, there's Wick Goes Carnivore as well.
What's up, Wick?
So,
Well, just read it, baby. I'll
okay,
find it.
sure.
I'll find it.
So let's go with Wick Goes Carnivore because he was ahead. It says, "What is your meal plan for the 4th of July? Barbecue, etc." Yes. Barbecue. We've got some steaks and burgers. We actually, I ran to the butcher shop today and picked up a specialty grind. It's called the Moab burger. So it's chuck sirloin with pork belly. And I am looking forward to grilling those up. And we got a big old fat cowboy ribeye. I am looking forward to that one.
What time?
I want to know how much it costs. What about you, Shawn? What are you eating?
Yeah, what you having?
I don't know what time we eat.
Come on down.
I mean, honestly, I have meetings tomorrow, so I don't have any plans for tomorrow. To be honest with you, I have nothing planned. We actually had some pork belly and stuff like that at my brother's this past weekend, and stuff. You know, we got together and had a big fireworks thing and up there with them. But as far as like the 4th day of down here, you know, it's just me and my wife and my daughter. We have to figure something out because we still got to eat, even though I'm, you know, doing stuff tomorrow.
Right.
So
let me ask you, when you eat pork belly, now I'm not sure if anybody else, you know, I have digestive issues. Pork belly, if I eat a little too much, it just goes right through me and it's not pleasant. Is that the same way with you? Do you have to have just, you know, maybe a few ounces, or you just go ahead and you can eat a 3-pound pork belly and you're solid?
no, I when I eat stuff like that, like pork belly or even bacon for that matter, like if I eat a lot of it, I'll have issues, gut issues as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, honestly, even if I get a ribeye and the ribeye has more fat than typically normal on it, I'm in the bathroom, you know,
Yeah.
now all day, like a lot. It's awkward.
Yeah.
But so I have to balance it out. So if it has, I've learned over time though, like if it has a extra amount of fat on there, I won't add as much butter to it because I've added butter to everything, the whole shebang. But I've cut a little bit back on it. But there again, if I start cutting back on the butter, then the amount of what I'm eating is dropping significantly. And, you know, I've not eaten a lot at this point, even though I've shrunk, you know, per size, per capita. I'm going to have to start upping what I eat a little bit, you know? So
Yeah.
that was enough to slow down.
Yeah, like semi-retired Bob, you know, as he lost all his weight, now I guess he eats like a ton of food.
Yeah.
And he's a small guy now, but he eats a lot of calories. So yeah, that's interesting. You think you're eating less now than when you were heavy?
I haven't changed how much I eat in 6 months or 8 months. I mean, I've ate the same thing. I've ate a ribeye and 4 boiled eggs with a half stick of butter every single day that I, you know, on my plan. I haven't changed one bit,
Right.
but I find that right now, like I am super hungry a lot. So like I know that I'm under eating because my body's like, you need to go eat. And so when my body does that, like I'll go get some pork rinds or I'll go get, you know, some more eggs. Or the other night I had my wife cook a couple hamburger patties and do a egg over easy and put it on top of it. And man, I could have one right now. I'm not even kidding.
I know, you're making me hungry. My mouth's watering over here. Jeez.
So, I definitely think you got to adjust over time for sure.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And we got a new YouTube member,
Oh,
Kel.
hello.
Yeah, we don't get new members very often on a stream, so very cool. Man.
Right. Welcome.
I think everybody should join the membership, man. That's a great way to support the channel, and you know.
Yeah.
Get the word out.
Yeah.
Help spread the word.
We got 2 levels. We got you know, our ground beef level, and we got our ribeye level. Ribeye level. The only difference is you get some private videos for members only. And but sometimes I send them out to everybody. You know, it's like, well, I want everybody to see them.
When we were talking about this, you know, we have a lot of older videos that we'd like to throw out there for our members. You know,
Yeah.
when Larry first got started.
Yeah.
There she is.
All
I
right.
always forget to mention that on my channel. I'm the world's worst about promotions, even my own channel. You know,
Right.
because I'm like, I don't think about it. I'm thinking about other stuff, but like, I always make sure to tell everybody, and I'm sure a lot of them are in here. Thank you for those that have joined the channel. Join the channel, join the membership, because it helps so much. Because I like, there's always equipment that you need, and I'm not on my channel, so I can promote it right now, right? Like, we got to get my man, some different equipment. It takes a lot
He's
of money.
lagging. He's lagging at the good part.
I know.
Like, seriously,
Lisa.
like these programs and stuff like that, it takes a lot of money to keep that stuff running, and every little bit helps. So jump in the membership, my friends.
Yeah, that's sometimes we feel weird about we don't promote our stuff. We only do once a month, really, at the end of the month when we do our buy me a coffee and our members thank you. And that's the only time we mention our buy me a coffee link or any of it. So
Well, I
appreciate
mean, everybody knows what you guys are in it for. The same thing with me. I'm not in it for money. I'm not saying you got to do it, but it definitely helps a lot. And it takes a lot of, resources to keep the stuff going. And I feel bad about promoting this stuff too, but we are all, and I know you guys are as well, thankful for every donation, every buy me a coffee, the Amazon,
Every view, every like, all of it. All
every
of
bit
it.
of it. Yeah.
when we first started the channel, Shawn, the memberships was just in the beta stage on YouTube.
Mhm.
And we had like 50 subscribers, and I dreamed of one day having members so I could make like special videos for them,
Mhm.
and it's cool. That's came to fruition, one of my little Larry goals, to have members of your channel is really big deal for me. So thank you all.
Thank you.
That's one of the things. Whenever I enacted, I remembered you saying that whenever we were talking that day, and so that's what I've been trying to work on as well. A lot of the stuff that I do, I learned from you. So, I've been working on some videos and some behind the scenes stuff to be able to put out for them as well. And my next project after doing the Ken Berry, fulfilling that giveaway that I did or whatever, is to get Zoom, because I want to have some two-way communication with the people who may not be on Facebook or whatever, and that way we can break it down and make it smaller. So
yeah, we've toyed around with maybe a third level, with doing Zoom one-on-one with people, not necessarily coaching, but just motivation, you know what I mean, and advice, but we're down the road a little bit for us.
Yeah.
We got the DC carnivore girl living in Florida. Thanks you three for being motivators. You don't know how your care and content help so many. You are much appreciated. I pray one day I'll be a testimony to many how amazing carnivore is. I'm a sponge now.
Keep learning.
Yes, and thank you.
So good.
Just keep at it and show people your results,
Yes.
And you can be a light for somebody. A lot of people actually, if you just stick to the diet and
stick to the diet, ignore the naysayers.
Absolutely.
Go by how you feel.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and just know that it's not always, roses and butterflies and puppies. I mean, there are some side effects to it, but doggone, and all I mean by that really for me is like toilet issues.
Yeah.
To me, that's the worst part about it.
Right.
And if that's the worst part about it, a few moments on the toilet is worth a lifetime of feeling good and being happy and healthy and thriving, and it's worth it all.
Yeah.
You know what you're up against.
She already has a testimony. She's invested in some into me too. And like everybody, I tell the people whenever they give or donate to my channel, like, you're buying into and investing in the mission. Like, it's not just me doing this. It's everybody. It's the advice that's been invested in me, the wisdom that's been invested in me, the donations, the you taking part, being here, showing up, watching the videos. I mean, all that is investing in the mission and the message, and you guys get to take part of that, because if you don't show up to watch it, why would I make it,
Right.
It's all part of it, man, and we all work together. Yeah, stick to your plan, man, and it's going to happen before you realize it.
Absolutely. You're just going to find one non-scale victory after another.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, Shawn, because have you had many negative, basically jerks in your comment section? Because you lost all your weight before you started the channel, so and
Mhm.
they really they can't argue with your results. You know what I'm saying? So have you had many jerks on your channel, like trolls hitting you?
Not a lot. I have had a few. I've gotten a few dirty emails. That I'm like, these people are ridiculous. I've had the occasional people that would say, there's no way this is fake. This didn't really happen, and I'm
Right.
like, okay, well, please inform me how you figure, but
Photoshopped.
yeah, but I mean, I try to overlook that the best I can. Sometimes it hits me wrong, um, and I have my wife's like, just don't respond, don't whatever. Even when I want to, and I usually don't, but I try to be nice about it and just be like, whatever. They don't know, I got the receipts. I got people that can testify to what happened. But nevertheless, yeah, I've had a little bit, not a lot, because it's hard to argue with what you're looking at. So not a lot. Nobody's called me out on video yet, so that I know of.
Right? Yeah, we've had a few of those. Marnie Mac, man,
Marnie.
thank you. I wonder how many of us would still be sick and struggling if Dr. Barry had not started YouTube.
Right.
Me,
Right. Shawn, raise your hand.
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
pretty much everybody else in this feed, all 150 of you, will be raising your hand.
yeah.
Really.
Most
I mean,
people.
oh my gosh, this man, and he's got to know it. He's got to know
Oh,
the
yeah.
ripple effect that he's having. And
I don't know,
what
man.
I mean, I know how many people we're helping and you're helping, and that's amazing because that squared, the number would be squared,
Mhm.
right? Oh my gosh, hundreds of thousands, millions. I mean, he's got 2 million subscribers.
Yeah, I don't know how many in the world he's helped. I don't know that he has any idea of how many people he's helped, because there's so many people that, like I said, if I'm in his private group and I've talked to him, quite a few times, but like, honestly, there's probably a lot of people that have been helped and never said anything and just kept, maybe they are now, maybe they tell other people, but they may not ever had the opportunity to tell him. So, like, there's no way he could know all over the world,
So many.
Yeah, and then between him and Nisha,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a lot of people. Does Shawn ever eat pork rinds, chicken wings, pepperoni, and cheese? Margie asks you.
Well, I don't eat cheese, man. I've never been a huge, like, I would eat it on a cheeseburger back in the day, but like, I just don't, like, occasionally. The last time I actually had cheese was on Thanksgiving last year. I was at my brother's, and his wife did a one of those, what do you call it, charcuterie board things with the pastrami and pepperonis and cheese and all.
Yeah.
And I actually did pick up a piece of cheese and wrap it up in all the whatever meats that was on there. And it was great. But like, I'm not a big fan of cheese. As far as pork rinds, yeah, that's like a go-to in like a pinch. Like, if I have to, like, we keep a bag just in case something crazy happens, the power goes out, the freezer gets abducted by aliens. I don't know,
That happens more than you know.
Yeah, so I got to go to, I got a plan. So
yeah.
Chicken wings. I love chicken wings. I like chicken wings too. I just don't have them a lot. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said pork rinds are a staple.
Oh yeah,
they should be.
We go through a spurs where we don't eat them at all because they're not what we're doing that month or whatever. But usually, if I got pork rinds, I want to dip it in something. Make it like a little taco bowl with beef and cheese, just a little cheese, but just to sit there and eat them plain. I mean, that Cassie will do that, but I don't do that very much.
Sometimes if you want a little crunch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry. There's a question from Carnivore Werewolf that I would like to answer, if that's okay, or we can. Basically, I don't have it right here, but he asked if the three of us are going to Keto Palooza. Answer? Yes.
Yes.
Are you going?
Yes, as long as the creek don't rise.
Right.
Yeah, well, I'll get to meet Dr. Barry in person. You know,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
that's gonna be cool. Well, I'll get a picture together for sure.
Yes, yes. I would love that.
We got Amber and Dan. I think this has been answered before, but need to confirm. Is pork okay in BBBE, or is it just bacon from the pig? Well, you can really do whatever you want. You know that, Amber. But the first time we did the BBBE challenge, we just stuck with bacon.
Well, it was different. There weren't. At least we didn't see any lives that he says eat other pork. It was just beef, butter, bacon.
His initial video is when he very first brought up the BBE challenge. He said just bacon, but I guess apparently in later live streams he said no, you can incorporate other pork. Which I mean, really, what's the big deal?
Right. I'm pretty sure he's implementing sardines as well. And I thought, oh, okay.
What do you got, Shawn?
Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like everything that's on the BBB and E from Dr. Berry was put on there for its 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio. And so like bacon can be interchangeable with pork belly, but not other cuts of leaner pork. Yeah. You want as long as it's got a 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio. That was the purpose behind the ingredients that he listed, and it's easy. It's an acronym. Usually, it's accessible and everything else. So that was what I have learned in being,
Are we buffering too?
But like, what's that?
Oh no, you were buffering a little. She just wondered. She wondered if we were.
I wondered if we were buffering too.
I'm gonna throw this computer out the window, I think.
No, I think we need to throw ours out the window.
No, our signal's strong.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we're good.
Then throw your computer out the window.
No,
it'll be good. I got it plugged in. It's internet's out. Hey, I had to go out there and get my daughter to change her hand position, so I'm picking up on the other
right.
side.
Remember, we'd have to hold the rabbit ears or put oil on the antennas.
For sure.
We're showing our age.
Right.
I'm 20. I don't know about y'all.
I'll take 20, 25.
Right. Oh,
that's what I feel. I feel like I did back then. So
I feel better than I did when I was 25. 25, I was pushing. I probably averaged about 230 pounds. Once I'm actually at the same weight I was in high school, my senior year of high school. So yeah. I mean, they're not a size 8 jeans, but I'm there, and now I'm going to be lighter than I was my senior year. That's pretty exciting. I'll be able to fit in size medium soon.
That's right.
Well, then you could be the first to answer this one.
Okay.
Do you folks still see yourself as big, heavy people in your minds, i.e., body dysmorphia? Shawn Frank, what do you got?
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I'm not kidding. I don't know why I looked and I felt all of, 285 pounds at my heaviest. I felt that weight. And then, you look at yourself and you look at the size clothes that you're wearing and how you feel. And, it's like, you're really not, but that's how you feel. So some days I do, some days I don't. How about you, Shawn?
Oh yeah, man. There's a lot of. It's not so much how I feel. Like I said, sometimes I walk by the mirror and it's like a shock factor to look in the mirror and not see what I've seen for years in the mirror. But for me, it's more like the things that I avoided doing that I still, in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that because of whatever reason that I avoid. Those are the things that I still struggle with.
Right. As far as I go, I that video where in the beginning where you and I were sitting there talking, I'm about that same weight right now. So over this course of this year, it's like as the year's gone on, it's like I feel fatter and fatter, even though I've stayed the same weight. But it's played mind games with me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but I really never look at myself and say, I don't feel as heavy as 354 pounds where I started. That that was just torture for me being that heavy. So
I still feel it some days.
Yeah.
Let's share.
Got another question. DB, what are your thoughts on Keto Chow? Cassie and I have never used it, but Shawn has. So what's up with that?
Oh, this like the sweetened Keto Chow? Yeah. No, we've not used any of that. How about you, Shawn?
Oh, I haven't used any of the sweetened keto. The only thing I ever used was the regular electrolytes, the unflavored electrolyte keto chow daily minerals or whatever. I
Mhm.
like the daily minerals the best because it's stronger, but they also have the regular keto chow minerals. That's I guess I don't know. It's a different name. There's one daily minerals and it has iodine and a stronger concentration of sodium, magnesium, potassium.
Really?
It's got trace minerals, and then there's another one that has just like I guess, a less amount in it. The daily minerals are the best ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but I like them. I mean, I could tell a difference when I was drinking them. And I can't explain what that was, but my body felt, I don't know, like more hydrated. I didn't find myself drinking as much or going to the bathroom, so I guess that it was replenishing what I needed more.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you definitely need those electrolytes. And
mhm.
we use the same product when we first started our first, year on carnivore?
Well, even keto.
Yeah.
When we first started
When
keto.
we're on the keto diet, I think we still have a bottle somewhere up in the cupboard,
Yeah.
but we would just forget to take them. We always
Yeah.
would forget to
Just-
take
it
them,
just
and we
didn't
always
taste
suffer
good.
with cramps. So now we use Elements. There's a link down below if you guys want to get a free sample pack. But I mean, Element, it tastes good. We look forward to it, so we don't forget to take them.
Yeah, I don't get the cramps like I used to.
No, because we take them daily.
Well, right.
You know?
I'll never forget one time. And I was terrified because I hadn't been taking electrolytes. I didn't know that we had just started keto after we moved here, and I literally cramped up from the bottom of my abdomen, both legs, all the way down to my toes, and it was the worst cramping I've ever experienced in my life. And it took me about 10 minutes to find a position where the cramping would stop, and I just sat there, and little Larry was there. He's like, "What's wrong, Mom?" Because I was crying. It was just so painful. And that was the first hard lesson that I learned. You got to keep up with your electrolytes because it could be really, really unpleasant.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, did you ever get cramps, Shawn? Cramps or anything when you when you weren't taking anything?
when I was walking, like originally, like at first when I was walking a lot and I didn't drink enough electrolytes, I would get cramps and I would get headaches. And that's how I learned about the salt thing.
Yeah.
Pour a little salt, if you get a headache, and that's how I learned about that research, trying to find answers for my headaches.
Right.
But Beth, like, she's had a hard time with the cramps, even though she was taking keto chow electrolytes. And
Really?
she's having to work through it. She said it hasn't been as bad the last, week or so, but she was taking keto chow, not the daily minerals because we're out, but the other ones. And she's still having some pretty severe leg cramps, like when she goes to bed and wakes up in the morning. So I think her magnesium's either the uptake or the amount that she's getting is not correct, or something's going on.
Well, when we get together, we'll give you some Element for her to try.
Yeah, she might like that a little bit better.
You never know.
Yeah,
for me, the cramps I got, but my calves and then the arches of my feet. Oh my gosh. I felt like I was in a medieval torture chamber. You wake up in the middle of the night and it's wow.
Yeah.
So
wake up out of a dead sleep.
That is no fun. Kelly Kennedy, God bless each and every one of you. Thank you, Kelly. Really appreciate that, girl. God bless you.
Speaking of Kelly and an Element, Miss Kelly, it was funny. I love you, girl. She heard us on one of our live streams how much you like the chocolate medley.
Yeah, that's right.
And she asked for our PO box, and she sent us a box of it.
Oh, wow. That was nice.
That was so sweet. She wasn't a big fan of it, so
right.
Yeah, and she sent it earlier.
Yeah, and
I enjoy it too.
Yeah, you've actually started using it a little bit more over the last couple months, but I've always liked it in the coffee, just a little dash. So Kelly, you're awesome. Thank you.
God bless you.
We have any more questions? Oh, we got a question here. DC Carnivore Girl. Is it true Dr. Berry recently said he would have added small seafood to BBBE? Do you know if he said that, Shawn?
If he said it recently, I'm not sure, honestly, to tell you the truth. But
yeah, I'm not up to
I hope
date.
he had shrimp soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I love shellfish.
Yes.
So
I
we
do
don't.
too. I like
Get some
shrimp.
good Beaufort County shrimp. It's about that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody down around in Louisiana, I won't hurt my feelings one bit if you were to ship a whole box of them big old jumbo shrimps.
No, that's okay. Right. Or some of those prawns. That wouldn't be such a terrible thing.
Oh my goodness, I love shrimp, especially fresh.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Give me shrimp, lobster, and crab legs.
Mhm.
So
Crab.
expensive. So expensive though.
Seafood's
Oh, I know.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
My dad used to fish off of Lake Michigan, and he always brought home fresh. Well, while I wasn't in Lake Michigan, I believe that was Superior or Erie, but when he would go up there, he'd bring home fresh walleye.
Mhm.
Always the best lake perch. And when I was a kid, I never appreciated it, and I didn't really like fish until I got older. And now it's like the prices of fish. It's like, are you serious? $20
Right.
a pound for some fish?
Right.
You know, I missed out when I was a kid.
This is a great question right here from Kurt. Do leg cramps at some point stop, or is electrolyte supplements standard? Like you need them forever? Like you still taking them, Shawn? I mean,
No, I don't. I don't take anything. I eat. I eat a lot of salt. Like I don't
right.
know if it's weird or what, but like I have like a lot of salt. Like I just pile it on. Like for some reason. But other than that, I just eat steak. Like I'm eating. I think because I'm eating steak every day, like whatever I'm getting out of the steak is enough because I haven't had any cramps. I haven't had, and that's something that I've been really conscious about.
Hmm.
But like I gave my electrolytes to her to take. I think I took them one time, but I drank the mineral water too. So maybe it has something the stuff in it too that I just never paid attention to. But
Right.
I haven't taken any keto. I've never tried the element, but I've been wanting to for a long time.
We got
So
you covered.
I'm going to try that out.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of,
Yeah, that was a really great question, Kurt. Seriously, thank you very much. I wanted to know that too.
Dr. Barry has said before that a lot of people need electrolytes the most, especially when they're transitioning over. But you may not have to be on them forever. I mean, it depends on how you're eating and what the nutrients are that you're getting out of that food.
Pearl Berry says, "You guys are way too young to remember rabbit ears and aluminum foil.
Oh.
I'm 64 and I grew up with that. Y'all are just babies."
Oh.
Yeah, but you got to understand, we from the sticks, and we like 20 years behind everybody out here in South Carolina, man. We're just trying to catch up. We just got rid of horse and buggies the other month.
Right? Yeah, I think they were still horse and buggies when we moved down here. So we're just
I remember rabbit ears when I was about 5-6 years old. How about you, Shawn? Do you have any in your house when you were
Dude, I didn't just have rabbit. I had like a little yellow and green black and white TV I used to watch. For some reason, the first time I ever cut my hair, I was watching the Packers and the Bears on black and white TV in my room when I was a little kid. Don't ask me how I know that, but that's just I remember that's one of my earliest memories.
That's just a memory you'll never forget. The ultimate rivalry.
Amber, and if that's true, then it's surf and turf every night for
Right.
BBBE.
Oh, man.
Right? That's funny. Oh. Well, you guys, any more questions? We got about 8-10 minutes left. If you guys have anything else to ask Shawn, you're not going to meet somebody with better results or more extreme results than Shawn. So he's he's shown us all how to do it. I know I've really enjoyed this live stream.
Me too.
Yeah.
Man, I always enjoy the time we have together. We got to start making more time for that on both parts.
Well, heck, we were on the phone. We were on the phone last night for 2 hours.
That's just because you wouldn't tell me to shut up.
All right, guys, this is going to be really interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, Larry's like, what is happening?
Oh no, you're good, baby.
Jose Mama, I'm blocking you from our channel, dude. You are nothing but just a toxic person in every single comment. Is there a way we can do that right now?
No.
All right, you will be blocked. I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Well,
You're rude, and you're rude to everybody else.
There we go.
So bye, sir.
Our
Eat your
first
sugar.
ban on a live stream.
Done.
There you go.
He's had some nasty comments with that whole Joey stuff too. So
Yeah, it's all good.
trying to be tolerant of him, but no more. Bye-bye. Anyway.
All right. Sean Frank. Oh, Sean Frank Cassie, are you still doing DDP
yoga?
And how's it going?
Oh man, let me tell you something. I had a workout yesterday. Yes, I am. I am planning to implement it 2 to 3 days right along with the walking, but it's going really well. I found I'm still doing some of the modified moves, and I'm just about ready to go full on. Like my push-ups are modified, and right along like with the leg sweeps and the lunge, I always have my one knee down. But I'm getting there, and I would really love to see by the end of the month if I could just do a standard push-up. Same with my leg sweeps. But I'll tell you, you do it long enough, and you feel your strength building. And it's like, wow, I couldn't do that a week ago. I couldn't do this a month ago. So yes, I absolutely love it. Love it. Love it. We've had that DVD system for what? 15 years?
15 years.
15 years it collected dust.
Yeah.
And now
I
it's
got
here.
P90X. Still.
What's that?
I got P90X on DVD, but I don't have a way to play it. Like I don't have it. Like DVD players, like our DVD player messed. Oh, I may actually have a way to do that. I actually just
PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I was
Gaming
thinking
system.
about just now. But I have a PlayStation still. It's unhooked and over there sitting by the bookshelf. But I got one. I didn't think about that one.
Yeah.
Might be used too.
Awesome stuff.
Lori has a question for you, Sean. You don't look like you have loose skin. How did you manage that?
I do have some loose skin. I got you can see that I've shown people before, like it hangs a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but most of it's in my belly. Honestly, I still do have a belly, and most of that is not fat, like it's skin, and it's not horrible. Like I tell everybody, there's a lot of folks that do ask that, and it's if I were to take my shirt off, you would definitely be able to tell. But it was definitely worth the trade too. So anybody that's worried about that, because everybody asks, and there's a lot more people that's concerned about it than I ever thought would be. And I was too when I first started. But it's definitely, I can tell you, it's definitely worth it. Okay, so if that, don't let that be the one thing that worries you along the process. Just keep going. But yeah, as far as for those folks, I'm not saying that's you. But yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm going to do with it because I can't afford surgery. So
Right.
we're going to work out. We're going to fast. We're going to do all the things to try to get the autophage before too long. But yeah, man, we're going to make it happen. But
we're just going to do the best we can, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a fair trade-off. I'll take it.
Oh, for sure. That's why I tell the young people, it's like, look, you're under 30. Do it now because that loose skin won't be as bad. It won't be as saggy. You let it go another decade or two, and you're going to deal with some serious problems. Well, more problems. It's going to be more saggy.
Yeah.
But it is definitely worth it.
Mama Bear wants to know, Sean, do you have a P.O. box in your description on your videos? Do you have a P.O. box yet? Just wondering if you want to.
No, I don't have a P.O. box, but if you contact me, I'll work something out with you.
Okay.
If you send me an email.
Joyce Carey, I joined late. Sean, did you say how far you walk every day now?
Now, I don't have a set time. When I was walking the most I was ever walking, I would walk between 10 and 15 miles a day. At work, not every day, but it would average out between anywhere from 7 to 15 in that range, somewhere usually about every day. But when I was planning it and just going out on the road out here and walking up to the church, I would try to get at least 3 miles in. So,
yeah, we're only doing a mile right now, and I think starting next week, after when we're week 2, I'm gonna push it to 2 miles. Yeah,
bump it up.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good, bud.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it didn't start that way for me either. I started walking from the couch to the bedroom of my daughter's room, the back room in our house, and touching her door and back to the couch. So I mean, you just got to work your way. It's like everything else. You got to work your way up to it. I'm definitely not. It's not like you got to start. You got to do 3 miles. Do what you can do. if it takes 10 steps, get up, take 10 steps, take a break. Get up and take
Yeah.
11 steps and take a break. You know,
It's crazy. Day one, I was really struggling when I was thinking about you. Day two, I felt like a rock star, and then day three, I was a little more tired. So, yeah, I definitely want to push it next week though a little bit.
next month you're gonna be jogging it, dude.
Really?
I got
Maybe you'll get him to do some DDP yoga with me.
Yeah, you never know. I'd like to do some stretching for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamic resistance.
Margie Dugan says, Cassie and Larry, she has a question for us, baby.
Okay.
Do you eat in a certain eating window? Do you count calories? And for Shawn's June challenge, I just ate meat when hungry and didn't weigh in. I weighed in July 1st and I was up 5 pounds.
Oh,
Okay. Well, we'll go with ours first. We're actually trying to eat earlier in the day right now, Margie.
We are. It's been enough. It's been a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah,
because we need to like 5.
Right. Before we were eating like 12, 1 o'clock, and then our second meal would be 8, 9 o'clock at night because we were staying up a little later.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're trying to get our first meal in around 9:30, 10 in the morning.
Yep.
And then, eating between 3 and 5.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it for the evening.
Yeah.
A lot of times we do OMAD, 1 meal a day, without even thinking about it, just because we forget to eat. And we've done well so far this last 3 days. We're getting 2 meals in a day with a ton of fat. So and it's an effort. We got to make that effort, But I mean, Shawn, you're pretty much, you do eat your steak and your boiled eggs at the same time, correct?
mm-hmm. 10 and 2, usually between 10 and 2. Sometimes it varies within about an hour, but I never, like I said, I still follow the same routine as far as I don't eat close to bedtime. I don't eat right when I get up, just because there's reasons why, I think I've explained why I do that. And, it's not that I plan on intermittent fasting, but it just works out that way. And that's what I'm used to. And that's what I'm trying to stick to,
Right.
That's just natural.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1 or 2 more questions here. We got Sarah. Do you have a favorite jerky, sausage, pemmican? What's that, baby? Pemmican for on the go. Shawn, you got anything?
The last time I had beef jerky I stopped at the QT when I was still in the ambulance, and they used to have, I forget the name of what it was, but it was great back then. But I haven't had it in, man, it's probably been 6 or 7 years since I had that stuff.
Yeah,
but
we
really don't have any.
We enjoy Carnivore Crisps once in a while, but when we got to be traveling or we go to the movies or something.
Right. It's a treat.
Yeah, we have a link for those 10% off down in our description, but we really don't promote them because we don't eat them every day. It's a special occasion for us to use Carnivore Crisps. Like we had some 3 weeks ago when we went to the drive-in theater.
Yeah, we went to the drive-in.
And it's nice to have a little snack like that, and then they're just meat and salt. But that's really it. I mean, yeah, on road trips, but
I'm not
I don't eat sausage at all, and I don't even know what pemmican is. Do you, baby?
Isn't it like a pressed wood? Pressed wood. It's the pressed wood of meat, isn't it? It's like a variety of meats. Here, I don't
know. I'll have to look that up. Did you have something to say, Shawn?
Oh no, I said one of my favorite things that I used to eat was the deer summer sausage. And I had a guy, Steve, up in Tennessee. He's like, man, if you ever come by this way, I got something for you. I'm like, well, I will. One day I'll be through there somehow. But you ever had that deer summer sausage with the jalapenos and cheese made into it?
No.
No.
Bro, I'm going to find you some of that stuff. Like, on a cheat day, that'd be, I know it's jalapenos and cheese.
Oh, I'm so ready for some jalapenos and cheese.
That's the best stuff you ever put in your mouth.
Oh man, we were talking about jalapenos and cheese earlier too.
Mm-hmm.
So pemmican is a paste of dried and pounded meat mixed with melted fat and other ingredients.
Okay.
There you go.
Very cool.
So the pressed wood of meat, basically. Well, it's a paste though. So like a pate.
Yeah.
We'll have to try it. I would love to try it.
Yeah, maybe sometime. Sounds like the carnivore fruitcake. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see
Somebody
here.
mentioned in the chat the other day that I can't remember what they were gonna do, a challenge to get me to eat sardines or something. I'm like, unless
Right.
your challenge includes like a fundraiser, like Truth or Dare, like what is that show Joe Rogan started out?
Fear
Fear
factor.
factor.
Fear Factor, that's what it was. Unless it's Fear Factor, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's a challenge. I'm not eating sardine.
Is it just too fishy for you?
Yeah, I'm not eating like it.
Yeah.
I'm no cat like that.
Well, guys, before we let you guys go, I want to remind you we're in the middle of our second annual July walking challenge. There's still time to join. You just got to track your weight for the month and go out and start moving.
Start moving.
Absolutely. And our latest video came out today, How Coffee Changed the World. Cassie and I reacted to Joe Rogan's interview with author Michael Pollan. So if you got Pollan. We're not sure how he pronounces his name. And then the link in the description for our original interview with Shawn is down in the description. And as soon as this stream is over, I am going to link his channel because Shawn, I didn't know how to do that from StreamYard. All right, guys. Well, Shawn, you want to sign us out here, bud?
Oh man, I thank you guys for having me on the channel. I appreciate it. I love you guys. You know that. I can't wait for the things that's coming up. I'm excited about it. Thank all you guys for being here. All the ones of you that I know, all the ones that I don't know. We appreciate you guys, all the generosity and viewing. Like the video, share it with someone you think is going to help. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to do it, guys. And we love you guys. And stay strong, keep pushing forward, and also no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. And we'll see you guys next time.
Happy 4th of July.
Later, all.
July, guys.